What's good? Back again with another reaction to this video. You know what I'm saying? I know it's been a while. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but bro, I'm back. My bad. I was sick. I got the flu. You know what I'm saying? If y'all watch my vlogs, link in the description. I kind of went into detail. I lost my voice, so bear with me. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? This is what we're reacting to right here. So basically, this is Young Thug's situation explained. There's been a lot of snitching allegations of where Young Thug snitched, and not even allegations, but actual footage and video, which we're going to be getting into this video right now. You know what I'm saying? So get your ready. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good one. Let's check this out.
So Young Thug had a problem. While he was in jail awaiting his
Right.
RICO charge, he made a couple phone
Before that, you know what I'm saying?
calls.
Bro, this ain't working. What the original video link in the description. Shout out Sevi Heavy. You know what I'm saying? If I'm butchering your name, bro, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Spare me. But hey, go ahead and check out his channel. Again, original video link in the description. If y'all don't mess with me talking, check his original video out in the description. You know what I'm saying? Check his channel out. Tell him I sent you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this video.
Now, these phone calls have been leaked.
Right.
That's his problem. Because in these phone calls, he's talking to a lot of people about a lot of things. And
I
he
think
believes that they're
He said he wanted them to zip and like not even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's
private
good.
phone calls, so he's sharing his private conversations.
Yeah.
And think about yourself. Think about private conversations you've had in the past when you're talking to somebody really, really close to you.
Not for real.
Some of that audio you don't want leaked out. Well, in Young Thug's case, he's talking about some very sensitive information.
His
like
peoples.
he got no care
You know what I'm
in
saying?
the world. Now, to go a little deeper, there's actually two aspects to Young Thug's problem. Listen to this next part closely. There are the jail leaks that we just talked about,
Yeah.
and there's another leak. Now, why I call this two...
This is 2 leaks. What, bro? I heard about the jail call one, but he is going back and forth, which I'm expecting another video coming out of 6ix9ine getting on his 6ix9ine's on his, you know what I'm saying, on his behind. You know what I'm about to say, but it's
separate
I don't know what the
incidents
second one.
is because they happen at separate times. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All the jail calls that were leaked
Yeah.
happened when he was facing his RICO charge.
At
Okay?
first, right?
The other leak where he's talking to police happened way before he was arrested for a RICO charge. That's important. Now, during the jail calls, he just a little gossipy. Remember, he talking to his friends, his homies. He really think,
Hey, this is before he got locked up, bro. After calling Gunna a rat, and you are the main one who was ratting, and you had, you know what I'm saying, people working undercover, but you were the first undercover one.
hey, this
That's
is gonna get
crazy,
out.
bro.
So he basically saying stuff like Gucci Mane, maybe he's soft. He's saying, now, keep in mind, a lot of this stuff is clip. And why I say that is because
Yeah.
specifically for the Gucci Mane example, I'm telling you, the clip going around is Young Thug calls Gucci Mane soft. But honestly, there's a little more to it than that. Young Thug is more or less saying,
That's $200.
Oh, bro, nah. What's Young Thug saying, bro? Oh, I have to
You mean
watch.
2,000 total?
Gucci Mane was mad at somebody. Gucci
Right.
Mane went to jail. Gucci Mane got out of jail and he stopped being mad at that person. Gucci Mane is soft for not being mad at that person anymore. Maybe he went to jail and turned soft. Now, I bring that up not to defend Young Thug because he called him soft still, but I want you to understand that there's still more context to this stuff. It's not, he's just not
Right.
straight up just coming out talking smack about people. You know what I'm saying? All that to say, most of Young Thug's jail calls are surrounding that. It's just, he's been a little messy, nothing too crazy. Now, there's one call
Right.
in
Okay,
particular that gives a little insight into Atlanta as a whole. Young Thug is speaking to his close friend 21 Savage. Young Thug is speaking about what Gunna did during the RICO trial. If you don't know what a RICO
Dude, there's been so much, wasn't there? I'm just gonna go ahead and keep playing it, bro, but there's been a lot of the whole 21 Savage with the other Atlanta rappers, bro, and people are calling it, I ain't dissing the city, right? Shout out Atlanta, shout out to the people and the real ones there, shout out to the community and the culture, but there's a lot of people calling it Rat Atlanta because a lot of the influencers and rappers that are famous are coming out, you know what I'm saying, and there's a lot of people justifying it. Which, hey, to each their own, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the streets and it's cool, whatever. If you in the streets, bro, and you living by a certain set of rules, there's just politics. But I don't know, bro. I'm in the background. I'm just a fly on the wall reacting to everything that's going on, bro. Don't listen to, pay no mind to what I got to say, because what I say is a stamped or final. Who am I? You know what I'm saying?
Trial is basically they gather up members of a group and they categorize the whole group as a criminal organization. Okay, so they pull in Gunna, they pull in Young Thug, they pull in a bunch of people. They want to label them as a criminal organization. To label them as a criminal organization, you have to have people in that organization say this is a criminal organization. Now, usually in RICO trial, police and the feds, they're just going for the person at the top. This was created for the mafia, so they can go for the mafia boss instead of like the lower level folks. In this case, it was Young Thug. So they gathered up Gunna and a bunch of people from YSL and said, look, all you need to tell us is YSL, Young Thug's record label, is a criminal organization. All of y'all walk away. Now, if every single person in YSL said this is not a criminal organization, everyone walks away. But that's not realistic, right? So the lawyers are scrambling together and saying, boy, if you don't say it's a criminal organization, Gunna said it's a criminal organization. Gunna and multiple people in YSL said it is a criminal organization. So Young Thug's case was kicked off. So Young Thug in jail after this happens. He's talking to 21 Savage and he's saying he cannot believe Gunna did that. He's very upset. 21 Savage telling him, well, I don't think Gunna did it to hurt you. It just made sense for Gunna to do that. Young Thug says he doesn't care. It broke his heart. 21 Savage brings up a very good point. He says, well, didn't you tell your brother to do the same thing as Gunna, to say YSL is a criminal organization so we can get 0 years? Young Thug denies this, but Young Thug actually did tell his brother to do that. So it seems that Young Thug saw the reason as to why somebody would say it's a criminal.
So selective politicking, bro, that's just huge right now. I don't know why everyone is selective politic. If they like you, you can get away with anything, bro, and they go still mess with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's that's crazy.
Organization, but he just felt hurt hearing Gunna say it. He expected more loyalty from Gunna. Now, I say this because remember in the beginning of this video, we said Young Thug basically has two problems. His jail calls were leaked. And then earlier recording of him talking to police were leaked. Well, people are basically saying, look, you're upset at Gunna for talking to police. Everybody was calling him a snitch. Young Thug, you calling him a snitch.
He didn't hear the end of it, bro.
But you was talking to police too. What's going on?
Before.
Now, let's figure out what's going on together, because here's where things start to get weird.
Let's see, break it down.
First things first.
Break it down,
Young Thug's conversation with police is way before this RICO situation.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
This conversation is taking place because Lil Wayne's tour bus had just recently been shot up by a man named Pee Wee Roscoe. Basically, police were trying to connect some dots. Okay? So they bring in Young Thug and they tell him, Young Thug,
hey, people who have smiles like this is crazy, bro. How do you got gaps in between your cheek and your tooth? This who has a crooked front. I hope this is an AI image. I ain't gonna lie, because that grill ain't grilling, bro. That's crazy. Dude looks like a Ronnie Coleman spin on, bro. What the fuck?
Tugga, as some may refer you as. You don't need to talk to us. They stress to Tugga that he does not need to speak to them. They stress this because they don't want all this information they have to be locked down later by a lawyer saying Young Thug didn't have his lawyer present, all that. So they tell him, you don't have to speak to us. Young Thug says, they say, you really don't have to speak to us. They say it like 5 times, I'm telling you. Young Thug says, no, I want to. And this is when people say, oh, there you go, Young Thug.
That's funny.
You could have just got your lawyer. You could have just walked out, which Young Thug absolutely should have done. Because side note, police brought him in because his name, Young Thug's name, was connected to Pee Wee Roscoe, Lil Wayne, to the whole shooting situation. They already booked Pee Wee Roscoe. They already had evidence against Pee Wee Roscoe. They just wanted to see if they can get Young Thug too. The police kicked things off by being real cool, you know? Officer goes, man, I listen to your music. Thug goes, really? He says, yeah, man. You want some food? You hungry? Thug goes, yeah, I can use some food. He said, get my boy some food. That's Thugger. Nah, but seriously though, you know Pee Wee Roscoe? Thug goes, I mean, they said, write that down. Thug said, Officer said, oh, don't worry about that. That's just a formality. And therein lies the issue. You see, the problem with Young Thug speaking to police and people speaking to police without lawyers present is because you don't know what the police are looking for. At this point, the police seem to be looking for a general framework as to what they wanted to work with, of the goings on in Atlanta, in a sense, to build a sort of a file. It's hard to know why police are asking certain questions. For example,
this is why you gotta, you know what I'm saying, even though they got you in that room, bro, they don't got none. In GTA, allegedly, it's no illegal advice or nothing, but I say always have a lawyer present or ask for one or an attorney or something, bro. Just if it's something crazy, you know what I'm saying, obviously within reason. If you get out, I ain't condone. Hey, bro, if you could cooperate, not cooperate as in like putting other people away, but if you could like talk yourself out of some or whatever. Yeah, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Cut me some slack, whatever, just to get off. Hey, bro, it's cool. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? But don't, like, if you're getting other people caught up just because you don't want to do something, even though it's the same crime you did, bro, that's when you just gotta, you know what I'm saying?
At one point, Young Thug seems to be trying to help Pee Wee Roscoe. He says,
right,
I thought Pee Wee Roscoe and Lil Wayne were close friends. And then I hear they are saying Pee Wee Roscoe had shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. I was shocked. Young Thug is saying that. He thought they were friends. Fast forward to today's time, to recent
why are you confirming the connection between two?
time. Pee Wee Roscoe comes out with a video saying, in his opinion,
He defended
Young Thug
him, right?
was trying to help him by throwing the police off, by saying Pee Wee Roscoe, Lil Wayne were friends, everybody cool. Okay, let's go back to the tape. Again, the problem is,
But you think Dog coming out, releasing a video and all that, and Thug's defense is gonna help that case out? Like, they could probably reopen that. You know what I'm saying?
Young Thug and Pee Wee Roscoe, they're not playing the game that police and lawyers are playing.
Right.
Police are taking that information and saying, okay, Lil Wayne friends with Pee Wee Roscoe. I don't believe that. Let's throw that away. The police say, okay, so Young Thug, you don't really know Pee Wee Roscoe like that. Young Thug says, that's what I said. I don't. They say, okay, but Pee Wee Roscoe says that you paid him to shoot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. Young Thug says, man, Pee Wee Roscoe ain't said that. They said, oh, I thought you ain't know. Young Thug said, they said, write that down. How can you speak to somebody that you don't know? What's going on? Write that down. Young Thug says, I ain't saying that. Like, I'm just saying he wouldn't say that. I just know he wouldn't say that. They said, cool. And that's the information police are looking for. That's why you need a lawyer. They're just fishing for connections. They say, hey, aren't you a part of a gang? Don't you say that in your songs? They know he's gonna say no. He says no. They say, all right, cool. We just thought we'd ask. Birdman, is he part of a gang? Young Thug says no. They said, cool, we just thought we'd ask. Now, all this to say, this is the game that Young Thug and police are playing during this call. At the end of the call, Young Thug says, hey, if y'all want to know any more information.
Wait, what did Young Thug say at the end of that call? Because that woke me right up. You know what I'm saying?
Just hit me up. But don't tell people that I spoke to you. And that is very important because it lends credence to the Young Thug snitch.
Don't tell people that I spoke. That's... You're at it.
Allegations. Because
that's
whole
suspicious,
time
bro.
Say, didn't y'all listen to the call? I was trying to throw the police off. I wasn't telling them the truth, which he wasn't. But him telling them, if you need more information, call me. Now you can say another theory. Now you can say Young Thug is thinking, maybe I'll cooperate in the future. Maybe Young Thug having a conversation with police without his lawyer in the first place is to show how quote unquote cooperative he can be. Maybe he's worried about his name being connected to this whole shooting. So he's saying, look, if you get more info, just hit me up first and I'll clear it up for you, which is basically the job of an informant. But I stress that these are just theories. I have no clue as to what was actually going on through Young.
Entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. Entertainment purposes
and he
only.
also knows it's absolutely not a good look to be talking to police in the first place. So again, he tells them, look, this conversation stays between us, right? They say, Young Thug, you think we walk around telling people after we broke bread with you, we sat here, we ate with you, we listened to your music, we like this. Fingers crossed. Thug said, okay, we tight. Y'all not gonna tell the world. They said, fingers crossed, we not gonna tell the world. And well, this videotape recently was released. So
fingers crossed means like, hey, no crossies? Yo, that's how I'm thinking. When you say you're crossing your fingers, that means you got some snake mind mentality, and that's why you can't trust government officials, because they'll say one thing and they try to they'll cover themselves, before they'll rather you go down than them go down. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you just don't put yourself in no position like that.
Let's wrap this up and really dig deep into this situation. Listen to this next part closely. Remember, Young Thug has two problems. His jail calls were released, and recordings of him speaking to police were released. During the jail calls, he explains why he was upset at Gunna and why he believes Gunna was a snitch. 21 Savage questions that. 21 Savage tells him he does not believe Gunna did the right thing, but he does not think things were personal. Young Thug says, no, Gunna is a snitch. Turns out Young Thug's brother took the same deal as Gunna.
People question that.
In fact, Young Thug encouraged his brother to take that deal. But Young Thug says his brother is not a snitch. A recording of Young Thug is also released where he's speaking to police saying, hey, hit me up later if y'all want some more info, all that. But he says, I am not a snitch. Gunna is the only snitch in this situation. So it really begs the question, what is a snitch? And the answer is, I don't know. Some people think it's when you talk to police. Some people think if you're a civilian, you can talk to police, you're not a snitch. I don't know. I personally believe the situation is less complicated than that. I think people tend to create their own reality when it suits them. Gunna is a snitch because he hurt me. That's what I think Young Thug is really trying to say. In fact, he says to 21 Savage, Gunna broke my heart. His brother can't be a snitch.
Kind of grown ass man, bro. How's a grown man breaking your heart?
Because he didn't want his brother to go to jail. Young Thug can't be a snitch because in his mind, allegedly, maybe, I'm speculating, that he's trying to trick the police and throw them off. He's shaping his own reality into what's a snitch and what's not a snitch. You know what I mean? But regardless, the overwhelming consensus online is Young Thug called Gunna a snitch. Meanwhile, the whole time he was speaking to police, Young Thug is a hypocrite.
Young Thug's a snitch, bro. On some real, I ain't gonna lie. You can't really select a politic just to fit your own, you know what I'm saying, your own narrative and all that. You gotta if you can't follow by certain rules, but then those rules don't apply to you. That don't make no sense. I don't know. What do y'all think about this? So let me know in the comments below if y'all made it to the end, because I know y'all do make it to the end, gang. Let me know what y'all think. Is he a snitch? Is his brother a snitch? Is Gunna a snitch? Gunna did take a plea deal, but Thug was talking to police back even before this RICO case kicked off, making connections. As a matter of fact, he's the one that got the eyes looking at them. So if anything, he snitched on the whole crew. That's just my, entertainment purposes only, what I'm thinking. But anyways, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Gang, with that, gotta let y'all go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We out.